Where Gluware has extended this functionality is this is auditing the captured config file. But what if I want to have more information? So in settings, in my organizational settings, Gluware allows you to customize the discovery and capture on a per OS basis. And you can even have multiple capture command sets. Let's just see the example I was working with here in addition to NXOS was the iOS command set. So if I edit this one here, you can tick or untick this box, which is run the standard commands. The standard commands capture the config. In addition to that, I can run additional commands like any show commands I want to capture. And we can tie it to concept items, which are a Gluware construct. But when Gluware models your configuration, we do it on a per item basis like this. So very modular, and you can do it that way as well. And so it pairs well when you're automating those features with Gluware. If those features go out of policy, you can then remediate them directly back to in policy. Just to show you quickly, you're able to customize the commands we're running when we execute the capture. This includes show commands, and then you have the ability to custom implement the redactions as well. So if you don't want to, let's say, generate a false positive by data that's changing, like a timestamp, there's spacing that changes, you can redact out that to try to get a clean comparison for something like drift. So that's how you edit it. So it's back. Let's get back into drift and audit. And in my device view here, when you run those additional commands, like I have run on the Cisco iOS devices, you're going to see those additional captures. So every time this runs, it's going to execute. And I have a drop down with all the historical captures. So this is really nice in that you want to say, well, was that interface up, last month? If you have that historical capture, you can navigate back to it, and then you can drift it as well. So if you wanted to compare, like let's navigate to. You could compare the captures and see if something changed. In this case, nothing changed, but you can compare that. If you're using concept items, the concept format looks like this. This comes from our data model, but then this is the parameter. So this is the parameter it's going to be checking. And then you have your standard comparison. So with a standard comparison, here's my golden config and my current config. They're pretty much in sync. So that's a quick demo of how you can build audits and execute audits, and then expand Gluware's capability to also collect operational state and other information, CLI or API. And then with this data, you can drift the data sets and you can audit the data sets as well.